Good day, my dear student in Al Ahram, my dear student in Primary 6. We're going to continue explaining Unit 3, volume of cuboid, and we have more exercise about how to calculate the volume of the cuboid. So we will start by this question: how many cubic centimeters are needed to construct a cuboid of the dimension 6.5 centimeter, 13 centimeter, and 9 centimeter? Here he asked me how many cubic centimeter. This is that means that he wants you to calculate the volume of the cuboid. So the volume of the cuboid here, because he gave you the dimension of the cuboid, so you're going to use the rule of volume of the cuboid equal length time width time height. And now we're going to make substitution, so I'm going to put 6.5 times 13 times 9. That will give me 760.5 cubic centimeter. Okay, another exercise. Which is greater in volume? He asks you to get the answer of which is greater in volume. The first one is a cuboid of dimension 50, 35, 40 centimeter, or this is another cuboid, but he give you the base area here is 4,200 square centimeter and the height equal 25 centimeter. So here we want to calculate the volume of the first cuboid. So I will calculate the first cuboid. So the dimension here, length time width time height. So that will give us 50 times 35 times 40. So here the answer is going to be 70,000 cubic centimeter. This is the first volume of the first cuboid. And then I'm going to calculate the volume of the second cuboid. But here I'm going to use the rule of base area time height. Base area time height. Why must you do this? Because he gave you in the exercise the base area here. So I'm going to make substitution. So here 4,200 times 25, that will give me 105,000 cubic centimeter. Okay, my dear student, you in the exam you get the volume, the first volume and the second volume, and you forget to write the which is greater here. So we need to write a third answer, that the second cuboid is the greater in volume than the first cuboid. Okay, another one. A cuboid, its base is a rectangle whose perimeter equal 52 centimeter. And he gave you the ratio between the length and the width here is 9:4. Calculate its volume if you know that the height is 10 centimeter. Okay, here I don't know the length and I don't know the width, but he gave you the ratio between the length and the width. And as we studied before, that when you find an exercise that the perimeter of the rectangle, the first step is to make the perimeter divided by, excellent my dear student, the perimeter divided by 2, because each rectangle has 2 lengths and 2 widths, and only I want to get the length and the width. So the first step is to make the perimeter divide 2. So 52 divide 2, that will give me 26 centimeters. This is a very, very, very important step. The perimeter divide 2, because I want to know one length and one width. The second step is to calculate the length and the width. So I will write length to width to sum 9 to 4 to 13. 9 plus 4, that's the sum of the length and the width ratio equals 13. And below 13 I'm going to write 26. This is the ratio, this perimeter that I calculated when I divided by 2. So the length here equal 9 times 26 divided by 13. That will give us 18 centimeter. And the width equal 4 times 26 divide 13, that will give me 8 centimeter. So now the length equal 18 centimeter and the width equal 8 centimeter. I know the length and I know the width. Now I can calculate the volume of this cuboid. So the volume equal, yes, length times width times height. So make substitution, 18 times 8 times 10. 10 is the height here, so that will give us 1,440 cubic centimeter. Okay, another idea. This is a very important one also. A suitcase in the shape of cuboid, its internal dimension are 10, 12, and 18 centimeter. It's wanted to fill with pieces of chocolate, each of them in the shape of a cuboid with the dimension 1 and 2 and 3 centimeter. Calculate the number of the pieces. This is a very important and also very easy exercise. All you have to do when he asks you to calculate the number of the pieces is to get the volume of the first case or the first box and to divide it by the volume of the second shape that he wants you to fill it with. So here I'm going to write the number of the pieces, the volume of the box, this is a bigger volume, over the volume of each sweet or each chocolate. So the volume of the box means, how can I calculate this? You know the dimension, so all you have to do to get the volume of the box is to multiply that dimension together. So I will multiply 10 times 12 times 18. And how can I calculate the volume of each sweet or each chocolate? That I'm going to multiply the dimension of the chocolate. So 1 times 2 times 3. But before that, my dear student, I want you to make sure that they are the same unit. Here, the units of the dimension of the box in centimeter, very good. And the unit of dimension of the sweets is also in centimeter. So you can divide the volume 1 of the box divided by the volume of the chocolate, so that will give you the number of the pieces. Here the number are 360 pieces of chocolate that I can put inside this sweet case. Okay, I hope you understand this one. And we have another exercise. A building worker used 1,500 bricks to build a wall. Calculate the volume of the wall in the cubic meter. He wants you, this is a very, very important note. He wants you to calculate the volume of the wall, but in the cubic meter. If you know the bricks is the shape of the cuboid with the dimension 25 centimeter and 12 centimeter and 16 centimeter. This is a different unit. So what shall I do here? First, you have the dimension of one brick. So let's continue counting or calculating the volume of one brick. So the volume of the brick equal length times width times height. So I have here the dimension 25 times 12 times 16. That will give me 4,800 cubic centimeter. Now, he used how many bricks to build the wall? He used 1,500 bricks to build a wall. So I know the dimension or the volume of one brick. I will going to use this to calculate the volume of the entire wall by multiplying the volume of one brick times the number of bricks that I used to build the wall. So the volume of the wall equal 1,500 times 4,800. That will give us 7,200,000. Now, to change the unit from the cubic centimeter to the cubic meter, yes, miss, we studied this, and from small unit to the big unit we're going to divide, and from the cubic centimeter to the cubic meter I'm going to divide it by million. Very good. So the volume of the wall in the cubic meter is going to divide it by 1 million. That will give me 7.2 cubic meter. 7.2 cubic meter. Okay, our last exercise here in this lesson, and this is a very important exercise also. Here I have 15,750 cubic centimeter of water is poured into a vessel into the shape of cuboid with the internal dimension 35, 30 and 20 centimeter. He wants you to find the height of the water in the vessel. The height of the water. This height, when you see here, this is the length and the width, but this is the height of the vessel. Now he wants you to calculate the height of the water. So as we studied that if I want to calculate the height of the water, that means that I'm going to divide the volume of the water over length time width. The volume of the water over length time width. Here I have the length and the width, and the volume of the water he gave to me in the exercise. So I'm going to divide 15,750 divided by the length and the width, he gave it in the exercise 35 and 30, so 15,750 divided by 35 times 30. That will give me 15 centimeter. 15 centimeter. This is the height of the water. This is the height of the water. Okay, now he wants you to find the volume of the water. Okay, it's needed to add to the vessel to fill with water completely. So here I have the volume of the water, and he wants me to find the volume of the water that I need to complete it and to put it inside this vessel to make it completely filled. So all you have to do is to calculate the volume of the the volume of the vessel first. I don't know the volume of this vessel. So let's continue. The volume of the vessel, length time width time height. This is the height of the vessel itself. So I will multiply 35 times 30 times 20. That will give me 21,000 cubic centimeter. This is the entire volume of the vessel. So let us make minus between the entire volume of the vessel minus the volume of the water. So when we do this, we will get the volume of the water that I want to put inside this vessel to make it completely filled with water. So the volume of added water, that will give us the volume of the vessel, which is 21,000, minus the volume of the water, 15,750, that will give us 5,250 cubic centimeter. Okay, my dear student, I want you to solve more exercise about it, and to stop the video and to try to solve this exercise by yourself. I hope you understand it. I hope you can do it by yourself. It's need more practice, my dear students. So see you next time in the next video. Continue explaining the volume of the cuboid. Okay, God bless you all, my dear students, and goodbye for all of you.